of course, the visual blocking, user fatigue, movement scaling, durability, adequate feedback, speeds, and pointing accuracy. 3 wording guideline is each menu should have a meaningful title, common verbs should clearly and specifically describe operation, and menu items should be displayed in the mixed upper lower case. 3 major dialog design, of course, design the dialog sequence, build a prototypes, and access usability. And for the status information, this one is type of system feedback, prompting queue, error, or warning message. Same as this one on example of system feedback, status information, prompting queues, error, or warning message. For common interface and dialog design error is opening new browser, left navigation, breaking or slowing down the back button, or others. For common interaction method is command line, menu, form, object based, and natural language. And number 9 actually same as number 1. Yes, you have to answer the same answer to this one is simplicity, organize, and show. The last one will be guideline, structuring data can be entry, default, units, replacement, captioning, format, justify, and help. Okay, hopes this clearly shows you on how to tackle on this question on chapter 8, interface and dialog design. As for today, for today's video, I want to cover on the last chapter actually, which is the chapter 13 in the book. Okay, I think chapter 10 in our syllabus, okay, which is system implementation. Okay, this chapter a little bit long, but is actually easy sebenarnya. Alright, the learning objective is to describe the process of coding, testing, and converting organizational information system and outline the deliverables and outcome of the process. Kita ada coding, kita ada testing kat sini, and then kita prepare a test plan for information system. Actually before you can install, okay, kita akan buat testing dulu on the coding semua, and then apply for installation strategies. I will go details on it: direct, parallel, single location, and phase installation. And then list deliverable for documenting the system, and for training and supporting users, compare the many modes of available for organizational information system training, including self-training, electronic performance support system. And you have to able to discuss the issues of providing support for end users, why system implementation sometimes fails, and describe the threats to system security and remedies that can be applied. Shows how traditional implementation issues apply to electronic commerce application. Alright. So we have done from the first class on the planning, analysis, design last week, and of course right now just focus on this implementation, which is the 6 things you have to look on this implementation, which is 6 major activities. On the first one is coding. Okay, this is by sequence, coding, testing, installation, documentation, training, and support. Okay, for the maintenance, no need I think for our syllabus, because this is actually the back end punya process. Okay, so as kita nak buat system sekarang ni, just focus on the planning, analysis, design, implementation. Implementation meaning that finally install the system. Alright, but we want to look on the first time, actually the first stage, how we want to actually install and what are the process or standard of procedure. Okay, the purpose for system implementation, of course, is to convert the final phase, the final physical system specification into working and reliable software. So to document work that has been done, okay, and then to provide help for current and future user. Okay, this is the purpose why we do the implementation. Okay, remember we have to do this documentation. This is the work that mostly diabaikan lah, neglect by the company to document dia punya works ni. Nanti I cerita macam mana for document work ni, because it takes time and macam leceh sikit. And provide help for current and future users. This one involve the training and so on. Okay, the first one we go for the coding. testing and installation. Okay, this is the first phase lah for this implementation. Implementation punya phase, coding, testing and installation. What do you know about the coding? Coding actually is what makes possible for us to create a computer software, apps ataupun website. So your browser, your operating system, application on your phone, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, website, all this thing is made by the code. Okay, so bukan you lah, you can actually do this coding by you learn about this coding language. Okay, nak belajar ke coding language? I think some of you maybe have a basic of learning the coding. Mostly kalau yang from diploma, you got you have learned about the HTML and CSS. That's a part of basic coding sebenarnya. But I want to share with you the common coding language mostly that are used by the programmer. Okay, kita ada JavaScript, okay, and then kita ada Python. I call it Python. Okay, mostly for the game, I think for the banking system they use Python. SQL, structured query language, for retrieve data from the database. And then ada PHP, mostly famous to develop a website. Okay, kalau ada buat Dreamweaver kan, you akan using this one, I think Dreamweaver. And then kita ada Ruby. This is all language yang lama punya sebenarnya, mostly used by the banking system also. And of course yang basic ada C and C++. Okay, betul, C++. And ada C#. Okay, I have learned about Visual Basic last time juga. Okay, and of course Java lah, Object-C and Perl pun yang lama punya ni sebenarnya. Okay, so it best for you actually kalau you ada knowledge. If you are expert, sebenarnya expert programmer, dia orang tak adalah hafal semua coding semua ni, hafal semua language ni lah maksudnya. You just have to focus on one language yang paling glamour lah, macam Java ke, Python ke, Ruby ke, okay, atau PHP lah. So just focus, expert on that kind of language, so later on you boleh buat apa-apa je on the application, software, website, etc. Alright, okay, let's look back on the mana kita punya nota, this one. Okay, that's about the coding. Once you punya coding tu done, maksudnya code for the program, for the system has been completed, you akan buat testing. So tests are performed using a various strategies. Testing is performed in a parallel with coding. Mostly orang yang buat programmer ni dia akan buat testing at the same time once dia code tu, maksudnya dia type code first, then dia test lah to make sure tak ada error lah during the programming code tu. And of course after that kita ada installation. The current system is replaced by the new system. So this is the deliverable for coding, testing, and installation. Coding kita akan ada code, the program documentation, while the testing kita akan buat test plan, actually test scenario, test data, result of the program and system testing. Once the installation done, kita akan ada user guide, user training plan, installation and conversion plan, software, hardware installation, data conversion plan, site and facility remodeling plan. So actually during the installation process ni will take sometimes lah. I have been involved on all these three sebenarnya during my time dulu dekat both of my company yang I kerja. So it takes time lah for this one. So, once the project has been go on dalam 2-3 bulan lah to complete on the one specific system. Okay, documenting the system, training users and supporting users. Okay, tadi dah done on these three, coding, testing, installation. We go to the last part, not the last part actually, the second part, which is the documenting system, training user and supporting user. So two audience for final documentation. Of course, there's information system personnel who will maintain the system throughout its productive life. Mostly the IT guys will have this to take look on this documentation. Okay, and the people who will use the system as part of their daily life. Okay, macam mana for the user want to use the system. So kita akan ada user training. User training ni mostly akan ada application for specific or maybe general for operating system and off-the-shelf software. So the deliverable for documenting system training and supporting users. For the documentation, kita akan ada system documentation, user documentation. Okay, ada dua pihak lah ni kan. System documentation for those IT guys yang handle the system, user documentation for user yang use the system. Use training plan, kita ada classes, tutorials. Of course, the training module akan ada training material, computer based training ads pun maybe dibuat juga, atau kita ada support plan atau help desk, online help, or bulletin board and other support mechanism. So mostly training ni akan be conducted, in my case dulu last time in my experience, sampai seminggu the training, because they want to ensure that we are fully have a knowledge atau can do the system lah. Maksudnya kalau ada something happen, we can troubleshoot the system spot on. Okay. Software application testing. A master test plan is developed during the analysis phase. So during the design phase, unit, system and integration test plan are developed. The actual testing is done during the implementations. Written test plan provide improved communications among all parties involved in the testing. Okay, this is the software lah. They want to test the system. Okay, can be on this one, on the master test plan, can be the description, overall plan, requirements, procedure control, test specific or component specific test plan. So all these things have to be recorded, documented. So memang leceh lah this one. Saya paling tak suka buat benda ni lah. Alright, 7 different types of tests. I'm not sure, I think dalam kita punya syllabus is not cover on this type of test, but I just want to go for this one for the sake of learning. Okay, kita akan ada dua, static or dynamic techniques. The static testing means that code being test is not execute, mostly execute but actually for the in the surface punya programming punya programmer punya level lah, programmer punya stage. Okay, then the dynamic testing involve execution of the code, execution with the actual data lah, meaning that dia akan test with the actual data yang pelbagai dalam on that site. Okay, test is automated or manual. Kalau automated, of course, is conduct by the computer, atau the manual means the people complete the test. Okay, depends on what kind of system. 7 different type of test. Kita ada inspection. Okay, orang akan datang tengok betul-betul macam mana the system work. Okay, walk through, peer group review, and then desk checking, technique in which the program code is equally execute. And then kita ada unit testing, each of the module, atau integration testing, bringing all together, and the system testing, bringing together of all the program that system comprise for testing purpose. And kita ada last one is stub testing, a technique used in testing modules, especially where modules are written and tested in the top-down fashion. Okay, daripada atas ke bawah. Alright, the testing process is purpose to confirm that the system satisfies the requirement. Okay, meaning is user that satisfied with the system, because yang nak guna system is user, so they will be approved on the system. So testing must be planned. Test case is specific scenario of transactions, queries or navigation path. Dia akan ada several situation on how they want to test the system. Okay, the test case represent either typical, critical, abnormal system use. Test case results should be truly documented so that it can be repeated for each revision of an application. Okay, so kita kena test actually kita punya system on the different condition. So we know actually testing harnessing automated testing environment, review codes for error, standards violations and other design flaw. We want to ensure that our system is perfect lah, boleh nak kata perfect lah. Okay, expand the scope of the test beyond the current development platform, so that in the future we can improve our system atau ada patch apa ke to upgrade, to add on these flaws yang ada. Okay, this is testing harness ni, contoh lah ni. They want to check on the coding, I think this one. Combining coding and testing, yes, mostly these two process, coding testing will be done together. Alright, big companies have dedicated test staff With Extreme programming, a common technique is refactoring. Refactoring is making programs simpler after adding a new feature. Okay, acceptance testing by user. Sorry. The process whereby actual user tests a completed information system, the end result of which is the user acceptance of it. Mostly they will have a meeting lah. Bukan satu meeting mostly ada sampai 2-3 meeting to finalize the testing to has been satisfied to the user and for both parties lah. Alright. Sorry. Mostly kita akan ada alpha or beta punya testing. Remember kita ada beta punya versions of game ke atau software. So beta ni actually is about the testing of a completed information system using a real data in the real user environment. While for the alpha testing, A for alpha, is a completed information system using a simulated data. That's why kita ada beta punya software ataupun beta punya version ni. So that DOS punya beta version ni dah macam final stage of the system lah. So that they just want to get the feedback from the user on how actually the system can be improved on the actual punya system implementation atau final version of the system. Okay, that's why kita ada beta punya version testing. Okay, acceptance of testing by user. Okay, mostly for the alpha punya test, recovery, security, stress and performance. Okay, for the recovery, mostly dia akan tengok the software tu, dia akan try to fill the software and then tengok on the recovery, is it the system can be operate normally after the failure. Okay, and then the security testing mostly nak tengok on the system to protect improper penetration on the security issue lah, on the firewall ke apa ke. So dia akan try hack lah on that things. And stress testing tries to break the system. Mostly yes, dia akan macam mana cakap, dia akan force the system to work on this macam-macam, load the system macam too many data ke apa, to make sure the system can handle on that kind of thing or not. And the performance testing determines how the system perform on the range of possible environment, depend on the environments. So I think if you want to check on the speed of the system ke, kalau ada too many connection, try to jump on that system ke, kita boleh tengok dia punya system reply ke, bukan system reply, system react ke. Okay. Okay, then after the testing done, we have this installation. I think most of you have installed several things kan in your computer or PC, but this one on this, the organizational process of changing over from the current information system to a new one. There are the 4 installation strategies, which is direct, parallel, single location and phase installation. Single location installation ni we can call also the pilot test. Okay, kita tengok satu. Direct installation, changing over from the old system to a new one by turning off the old system when the new system is turned off. Macam tukar baju lah actually, this one. Totally disregard on the old system, terus pakai yang baru. While the parallel okay, running the old information system and the new one at the same time until the management decide the old system can be turned off. This one akan tengok dulu, meaning the run this new system but the old system still run. They just will wait until maybe the data conversion has been done. Maksudnya all the data from the old system has been transferred ataupun changed to the new format, to the new system, baru dia akan turn off the old system. And the single location, also known as a pilot installation, just trying out information system at one site and using the experience to decide if and how the new system should be deployed throughout this organization. Mostly dia akan try install in one location department ke, so from that department dia akan look forward lah to continue the installation to the next site atau next department or not. So this is the favorite lah for this organization. And this another favorite also is the phase installation, which is changing from the old information system to the new one incrementally. Okay, the word here is incrementally, starting with one or a few functional component and then gradually extending installation to cover the whole new system. Ni buat sikit lah sebenarnya. So ada first stage, second stage, maybe first module, second, third, and then sampailah habis complete all the new punya system. Okay, planning for installation, dia akan mostly consider on the first one, data conversion, check on the error corrections and loading from the current system. So meaning from the old system tu, we can recover all the data. We can always retrieve the data from the old system to the new system. And plan for the system shutdown. Okay, because once kalau kita pilih dia tadi kita pilih single installation tadi direct installation lah kan. So kena plan on the system shutdown tu, sistem lama tu bila actually nak turn off, kena ada dia punya date, so that yes, all the new user akan look on the new system, tak perlu lagi tengok the old system. And of course the business cycle of organization, the installation process ni atau implementation process should not jeopardize you punya business process lah, everyday punya main business function. Okay, documenting the system. Okay, this is another process. Once you have installed you punya application or system, kita akan ada system documentation, details information about the system design specification, its internal working and its functionality. And the other one is user documentation, written or other visual information about application system, how it works and how to use it. Okay, as I said, this one for IT guy, this one for the user. Document the system internal documentation and external documentation. There is the two types of documenting system. For the internal ni, mostly part of the program source code is generated at the compile time, while for the external documentation include the outcome of structured diagramming techniques such as data flow and ER diagram. I think involve you punya macam use case tu ke, macam you punya decision table. I think that kind of things will be documented lah. Okay, there actually ada this one ni, generate documentation corresponding. For the requirement, kita akan ada system requirement document, specification, the resource requirement specifications. For control structuring, kita akan ada management plan punya document, engineering change proposal, and after system delivery akan ada user guide, akan ada reference guide, acceptance of sign off. Okay, macam once setiap proses ni every cycle of this phase have their own document. Okay, all this document has been have need to document atau store properly lah, so for future reference. Because let's say kalau orang yang terlibat dalam system implementation ni atau yang system design ni, they quit from the company ke retired from the company, okay, we have this document to refer on, so that kalau apa-apa berlaku on the system, we can always troubleshoot atau tackle the problem. Okay, example of the user online documentation on the Microsoft Word kan, kalau error apa berlaku kan, kita can send the error feedback to this Microsoft. This one generate user guide line. Okay, maybe kan ada configuration, function flow, user interface, login logout on the administrator punya privilege, error recovery, of course kira acronym and appendix of error message, so that all this can be a reference later on. Okay, this is the part that I suka sekali, which is training and supporting user. Okay, support is providing ongoing educational and problem solving assistance to information system user. For in-house developed system, support material and job will have to be prepared or designed as part of the implementation process. So kalau sistem tu dibuat dalam organisasi tu, okay, ada you punya IT department yang buat, dia orang akan actually buat this kind of training lah atau support material later on. Okay, potential training topic. Of course dia akan buat on this use of the system function, general computer concepts, okay, apa komponen yang kena guna ke, information system concept, what are the flow of the system, organizational concept, macam mana system work on the between department ke, system management, and of course the system installation. Okay, macam mana nak handle the system every day and how to install the system. Okay, types of training method. Resident expert, meaning that they have the people involved in the system design, system implementation ni from the beginning. So dia akan jadi resident expert. Orang tu daripada orang dalam from the IT department lah mostly, yang akan jadi resident expert ni. Means one man reference. Maybe bukan one man, ada 2-3. Okay. Traditional instructor lead classroom training. Okay, this one macam kelas biasa, macam syarahan hari-hari. Okay, ada orang yang akan mengajar. Okay. And e-learning, distance learning, yes, like we do right now. Okay, akan ada just module, kita belajar from this website ataupun this module. Blended learning, ada instructor plus e-learning. And of course kita ada software helps component on the system itself. Dia ada on the frequently asked question ke apa ke, how to troubleshoot. And of course the external sources, kalau we get the system from the third parties, ada vendor yang akan support kita lah untuk tackle on the problem, ataupun untuk macam mana nak handle the system on the first time. Alright. Okay, training information system user, electronic performance support system. This one just definition, component of the software package or an application which training and educational information is embedded. Okay, maksudnya you can learn how to macam mana tackle all the problem on your system tu by using this one, EPSS. And EPSS can take several forms including a tutorial. Okay, tutorial, as you know, how to learn A to Z. And expert system shell hypertext jump to reference and material. Kalau let's say yes, ada berlaku error kat apa benda, you just jump to the error and how to tackle it. Dia akan bagi link lah actually. Support information system user. Support is important to user but has often been inadequate. And providing support can be expensive and time consuming. Of course, kalau macam last time I punya training, sampai 5 hari tu memang diorang cover on all the expenses lah. Training mostly outside from the HQ. Basically dia akan, setiap company akan ada dia punya training punya site. Even kita UiTM pun kita ada macam dekat Perak tu, kita punya macam apa nama, UiTM training center macam tu lah lebih kurang. So mostly dia akan sediakan tempat tinggal, of course makan daripada pagi sampai petang lah. And vendor usually charge for their support using the handed numbers or charge a fee or unlimited or monthly support. Okay, depends kalau kita get the system from the third parties, as I said. When we call them to support ataupun ask them to come to teach on our employees, kita kena bayar. Alright, bayar ikut jam mostly. So memang a little bit expensive lah. Tak ada expensive, depend on the system itself. Okay, there's another one, automatic support. One approach is through the automation, internet-based online support forum, macam Google lebih kurang, tapi ada forum dia, depends on the what kind of system. On demand fax ni lama punya, and voice response system dan knowledge bases. But mostly on all the organisation, dia akan ada helpdesk ni lah, a single point of contact for all user inquiries and problem about a particular information system or for all user in particular department. Helpdesk ni macam customer service, but dia ada specialty dia orang lah. Macam last time kat Giant tu, I work as a store support, and then if they have anything problem, satu Malaysia ada problem, dia akan call I lah. And mostly helpdesk ni akan bekerja 24 hours. So dia akan bekerja by shift lah. So it's okay actually. But mostly kalau malam-malam tu I seorang sampai pukul 1 pagi kan. So seorang kat atas office tu. Second level tak ada orang lain, I seorang dekat atas tu. So macam mula-mula tu wow, rasa tergugat juga lah, macam nak pergi toilet jauh kan. But you get used on that things later on. Alright, for this helpdesk you have to require all these two skill. On the technical skill, extensive knowledge about how to use the system and typical problem that can be encountered. Mostly bukan ada satu sistem dia, dalam one organisation tu akan ada 2-3 sistem. Bukan 2-3 lah, banyak lah. So memang you have to get knows exactly how to tackle lah. Let's say Kalau tak boleh, mostly dia akan another one, okay, people skill, good listening and communication, dealing with complaint and frustration. Mostly kalau ada problem, dia akan log by the ticketing system. Ticketing system ni mostly dia ada macam report lah, report log. So kita tengok report tu, kena tackle case by case. Okay, mostly case tu akan di-classify by low, medium and high risk. Kalau high risk tu macam server down ke, kena tackle on, kena ada, dia ada prosedur lah. Contoh kalau server down dalam masa 5 jam, kena up balik the server. So kira high risk and high priority kat situ. So mostly people atau orang dekat store ni, during my time dekat store dulu, dia orang akan call I memang frustrated kan, sistem tak boleh jalan semua dalam store, tak boleh nak function, semua kena buat manual, bising lah kan. Yang call memang manager, call kita orang chief cashier bising-bising marah-marah kan, because dia orang terganggu kerja dia orang kan. So I just have to listen carefully what are the problem, and if I first try to assist them, macam mana dia orang nak on the on the store punya tu, dia orang sendiri, kita assist dia orang macam mana nak tackle the problem. If not, I have to remote access dia orang punya server. Kalau server down terus, orang tak boleh buat remote access tu. Remote access ni meaning that I can control dia punya computer from HQ, but that one pun akan take time. Okay, takes time and kena macam mana, because yang kadang-kadang the things happen bukan satu case je, ada 1, 2, 3 case berlaku which is high priority ataupun high risk kan. So itu terkejar-kejar, so memang huru-hara lah masa tu. If you don't have the management punya skill betul-betul, then masa tu nak prioritize dulu kan, so you have to kena buat decision making lah kat situ. Alright, support issue for the analyst to consider, of course, the user question and problem. Kena tahu yang mana satu priority dulu yang nak di tackle. Okay, recovery and backup. Okay, tadi like I said, kita orang ada standard of procedure. Kalau masa dalam berapa jam tu, yes, to ensure that the business process tu tak terganggu dalam on that organization. Okay, disaster recovery, kalau tak ada plan A, plan B, macam mana. Kalau sampai terpaksa send people to that store, kadang-kadang kena hantar orang sampai kat JB, Sabah, Sarawak, Brunei pun ada. Memang terus fly kan, belikan tiket, pergi hantar IT staff punya, pergi hantar buat on the site punya troubleshoot pun ada. Tapi I tak pernah kena because I have to stay at the HQ. And then the PC maintenance, mostly kita akan ada orang responsible lah dekat store ataupun on that organisation yang tahu sedikit on the IT things. And writing newsletter, okay, this one kalau nak mostly is announcement lah, the latest patch ke, system maintenance ke, macam kita punya ITM pun also ada system maintenance kan, system down 2-3 jam ke, so have to be announced lah dalam mostly email. Okay, ataupun setting up a user group. Okay, kalau let's say ada new patch ke, new things ke, kalau ada new threads ke apa ke, new procedure to be follow ke, so just post on that groups. Okay, why does organizational issue in the system implementation, why does implementation sometimes fails? From my experience, it can be fail because okay, from here dia kata for the traditional wisdom of primary success factor of the management support, meaning the management itself tak bagi fully commitment lah untuk change. User involvement, user tu tak willing to change the new system pun akan ada problem. But these are not enough. There are another factor which is the commitment to the project. Okay, as I said, kalau semua tak support daripada top to down, macam mana nak kita make that system successful kan. And commitment to change, all the parties or all departments, all the people have to willing to change. Extend on project definitions and planning. Okay, factor influencing system use, personal stake of users. Okay, depends on the user itself, dia orang nak berubah ke. System characteristic, kalau terlalu complicated ada orang tak suka, so they don't want to change. User demographic, like I said, kita ada generation X, Y, Z, millennial. So yang macam generation lama ni, they are comfortable with the old system, they don't want to change mostly lah. but sekarang ni tak ada lah kan. So organizational support, yes, tadi dia macam ni, kalau dihantar training, let's say yang menggunakan sistem tu sebenarnya satu department tu, let's say have 20 people, but they, because of the budget, they just send maybe 5 people je to the training. So the organization expect that 5 people ni can teach all these others 15 yang on the department tu. Sebenarnya tak boleh. Kalau boleh, kita kena hantar semua lah, 20 of the department tu kena pergi training, because kita, kalau the expectation tu 5 orang, 5 people that have been gone to the training, diorang tak share their knowledge, this diorang punya experience with the others colleagues tu kan. Biasalah ada politik dalam pejabat kan. So tak jadi juga benda tu. So another one is a performance kan. Kadang-kadang orang tak suka, yes, maybe the sistem baru ni too complicated ke apa ke, ataupun dia just comfortable with the system lama kan. Susah nak ubah perangai orang ni kan, atau dia punya tabiat orang. And the last one is satisfaction lah. Okay, so make sure that, yes, why we have to, the organization, the top management have to explain carefully why we need to change tu, kena clarify lah. Okay, all these things, success factors to change of this one is for the use, satisfaction, personal state. You can use this maybe for your research topic ke, okay, for these factors influencing system use ke. I think macam ni conceptual framework, depends, adapted from Lucas ni lagi pun dia beritahu information technology management, implementation success. Okay, and then another one, we look on the security issue, increasingly important issue for organization and their management. Habis dah ni sebenarnya. We have the malicious software, Trojan horse, worm virus and other kind, ataupun there are external source of threats include laptop thief, okay, system penetration and denial of service. Okay, mostly I can say that for this one is statistic for from the IT security. 67% breach is come from the malware infection. Kenapa jadi benda ni paling tinggi? I can say that in my experience previously, because people likes to use dia punya personal pen drive kan, they plug into this organization office punya komputer. So kita tahu kan dalam kita punya pen drive tu apa yang ada sebenarnya. So it's actually procedure sebenarnya. You tak boleh sesuka hati sebenarnya plug in you punya pen drive kan dalam you punya sistem pejabat you lah, because ada prosedur lah, kena scan dulu antivirus, kena clear, because once kita plug in untuk tujuan kita, yes, ada nak copy data kita, download movie ke apa kan, bring fraudulent sender phishing message, bot zombie ni, antivirus software proportion spending, because yes, ada orang menggunakan komputer pejabat untuk kegunaan benda lain kan, download torrent lah, main game lah kan. So when they do surfing on this website ni, yes, the possibility diorang kena hacks tu tinggi lah kan. So that's why sebenarnya kena ikut follow the standard of procedure lah. Even dalam UiTech pun you cannot, macam mana they are strongly recommend you to use the cloud storage to save your things kan. Okay, that's the thing. So that's why dalam office dia ada subscribe on the antivirus, firewall, spyware. Tapi people lah, dia kan ada antivirus, dia orang disable kan antivirus tu, and then some of the computer is not updated dia punya antivirus. So anything can happen on this security punya issues. Okay, maybe sekarang ni musim PKP, ramai nak kena buang kerja ke apa, maybe that kind of people saja nak sabotage that company ke, ambil laptop company bawa balik rumah ataupun pergi jual ke. So orang yang beli the laptop tu dia hack ke on the system on that from the laptop company, orang tu bawa balik ke. So macam-macam berlaku lah. Okay, so on the security issue ni, yes, there are another topics lah sebenarnya. Alright, and then we goes for basic sikit lah, e-commerce application. Okay, this is example for the Pine Valley Furniture. Test case testing can be simple, multiple function, elective, emergency. All these things are case to check on the test lah. Alright, I think you just read on this one. Okay, last one. Project close down. Same as the project management, kita ada project closing. Of course, kita akan evaluate the team members. So, assign member to other project. Mostly akan ada break lah sekejap before we can continue to another project. But yes, evaluate team members ni, yes, akan tengok you punya performance. And notify all affected parties that development project is ending and that you are switching to operation and maintenance mode. Okay, meaning that the final phase has been done. All will be on the maintenance punya mode sekarang. And then conduct post project review. Okay, apa yang perlu dipenambahbaikkan for the future ke. And close out the customer contract. Kalau yes, kita beli from the third parties ke, yes, kena bayarlah semua duit ke apa ke, and then agree for the support for this later on. Alright, summary, make sure that you can answer all of these question. Sama je macam learning objective tadi. Habis on this chapter 13, system implementation. I hope that is clear for you. If you got any question, you just can PM me directly. Lain, I just want to say Selamat Hari Raya. I think this is the last week for this video. I think we just focus on the test after this. Selamat Hari Raya, selamat bercuti, selamat selamat Hari Gawai kayu guru geranyamai. Okay, happy weekend, happy stay at home sebenarnya kan. Please stay safe, stay at home. Kesempatan ini saya memohon ampun dan maaf sekiranya ada terlanjur, salah kata, terkurang ke apa kata, apa-apa lah. Minta maaf daripada ujung rambut hingga ujung kaki, betul kosong. Hopefully to see you later on lah kan, next semester if you still with me. I think korang dah pergi training practical kan. Some of you part 4 still with me, maybe for the another subject ke. Alright, so stay safe, thanks for watching, see you again, thank you.